I'm Sawicki. I'm a graduate student working with Dr. McCune in the Nutritional Epidemiology program at Tufts University. My poster is entitled Dietary Fiber and the Human Gut Microbiome, an application of evidence mapping methodology. And it describes an evidence map which we created looking at the research that's been done on dietary fiber and the human gut microbiome. So evidence mapping is a relatively new methodology that aims to gather and describe the existing research or evidence in a specific topic area. The idea is that it can identify research gaps, it can stimulate new research questions, or it can provide a platform from which researchers can conduct a systematic review. For this project, we used a larger dietary fiber database that our lab recently finished, and it includes information on nearly 900 human studies that contain information on dietary fiber and a range of physiological health outcomes. From that database, we identified 153 microbiota papers that looked at dietary fiber and outcome related to the microbiota. We separated those outcomes into 4 categories, which included bacterial composition, short-chain fatty acid production, fermentation, and fecal pH. Once we gathered information from those papers, we could do some descriptive analysis. We found that the majority of papers used a crossover design. They had a duration of 1 to 4 weeks and a sample size of less than 50 subjects. So this indicates that more papers might be needed of a longer duration or with a larger sample size. We then looked at the fiber interventions that they used, and the most frequent fiber types studied were oligosaccharides and resistant starch. Oligosaccharides comprised 15% of the interventions, while resistant starch comprised 14%. We also noted that there were a number of other fiber types that were less frequently studied, and this indicates that more research might be done on those fiber types and their effect on the microbiota. One of the more interesting things we were able to do is look at the other health outcomes that were looked at in these microbiota papers. And one thing we noticed was that at the intersection of dietary fiber, the microbiota, and weight and adiposity, there are very few studies. And this is an area of increasing interest, and so our evidence map shows that this is an area that needs a lot more research. As I mentioned before, this project came out of a larger database, which will be available in the coming months. And we hope that it will provide a platform for researchers to quickly and efficiently gather information on their dietary fiber of interest or their outcome of interest, and hopefully conduct some systematic reviews. And we would like to thank ILSI for their support of this project.